Hi, it's Natalie flyGIRL Kelley, and I'm really excited because I'm getting ready to go fly on That's All Brother. And I had a new friend of mine, Kat Healy, who recently, well, I don't know how recent, but jumped out of this airplane. I won't be jumping out of the airplane, but I do get to ride on it, so I'm really excited. This plane is a very historical plane, and they've refurbished it. It looks great. So I'm going to come along and take a ride with me. Such a cool name, right? This is a C-47 with historical significance. And I started reading articles about this airplane about a year or so ago, but became most intrigued when I was introduced to this super fly girl, Kat Healy. I just love Kat. She has got a great spirit, patriotic heart. You can probably Google her and see some of the things that she does that are really cool. The unique history of this particular plane is that it led over 800 C-47s to drop over 13,000 paratroopers over Normandy on June 6, 1944. This day changed the course of history, as we know. After D-Day, That's All Brother went on to participate in other missions and was then returned to the U.S. and was subsequently sold in the civilian market. The airplane traded owners over several decades and was eventually found in Wisconsin, sitting in a boneyard, ready to be scrapped. In 2015, the Commemorative Air Force launched a fundraising campaign to have this plane restored inside and out and back in the sky where it belongs, and they did a great job. The restoration was completed around 2018, all the way down to its original D-Day paint scheme. It is a gorgeous airplane inside and out. It is now very well taken care of and operated as part of the Central Texas wing of the CAF. This year marks the 75th anniversary of D-Day, and That's All Brother is one of 15 other C-47s that are going to fly across the Atlantic once again to join up with over 30 other C-47s in England. They will travel to Normandy for the 75th anniversary of D-Day, and then to Germany to commemorate the 70th anniversary of the Berlin airlift. On my flight, and on every flight that I've done on Warbirds, it's always very emotional for me because I have 3 sons, and I think about these young men that were going over, the Atlantic, spending hours on this airplane, not knowing if they were going to come back, and not knowing what lied ahead, and the bravery that these men had to have, and think about their mothers. And I was on this flight, I'm just looking out the window, I'm sitting on these seats, very uncomfortable airplanes, nothing like we have today, and just looking out the window thinking, man, what were these guys thinking when they were flying over there? How scared they must have been, but how brave they were, and how grateful I am for these veterans that did that, and for the better of this country and the world. It's heart-wrenching, and it's just very powerful. We should all have the opportunity to experience something like that so we can really have an appreciation for what we have and what people have done to give us what we have in this country, which I love. If you want to know more, you can go to that'sallbrother.org on the great World Wide Web. It's very important to keep these iconic and historical airplanes flying. It's critical to preserving history. This is living history. It's a great opportunity to teach young people about the war. It's very interactive. It's a great way to engage the younger generations and share these stories. If you love these airplanes and you love history and you want to help, check out the Commemorative Air Force. There are ways you can help. They need people to help to keep this organization running. They're very passionate about sharing these airplanes, keeping them in flying condition so people can experience these airplanes, and they do such a phenomenal job. Hopefully you'll get a chance this summer or another summer. Put it on your bucket list that one day you're going to fly on one of these Warbirds, and take the time to learn all about this particular airplane. It's really fun to do to investigate and hear the stories and the history about the plane. It's just really cool, and you learn so much more when you start studying this one plane. It leads to these other things. You're like, oh my God, I didn't know that. It's a really cool way to learn about history. So I hope you get a chance. I loved it. I want to thank John Cotter for hooking me up and making this possible. Now I'm a That's All Brother fan for sure. So hope you enjoy it. Hope to see you at one of the air shows this summer. And let's keep these planes flying.